Nobody wants to be told they're immature. It's one of the biggest insults to tell an adult they're immature. It's easier for people to hear they have a deficiency, they have a blind spot, so on. But to be told to somebody that they're generally immature is not exactly something you want to hear. Because it's almost like a type of dismissal of your whole being. It's not just saying one part of you needs some help. But the fact of the matter is most of us are immature. Trust me, I've never told it to anybody in their face. Here it's easy to say because I'm saying it to myself too and to everybody. There's no names involved, so everybody could say, yes, I'm talking to somebody else. But the fact is we are. The reason being, not because we're bad people, because the maturity of our emotions needs work. And if you didn't work on it, it doesn't just happen. So it's not even an accusation. It's like just telling somebody you just didn't exercise a part of yourself. So it's really not an insult if you really think about it. But it's hard to accept because we like to believe we have a certain maturity and we have patience and we can listen. But if we were able to really be blunt and honest about it, most people's emotional, let's call it cardiogram, or whatever, how would we say, emotional, if you're able to take an x-ray scan of your emotions, they are maybe 10, 11 years old. That doesn't mean that we haven't suffered loss, or that doesn't mean we aren't good people, but it means that we have grown. It's like you stop growing at a certain point, just like your bones stop growing, just like your height stops. At a certain point, that's your height. You're never going to grow higher. Most of our emotional growth, not intellectual growth, you'll find people who are brilliant, have developed, have gained a tremendous amount of knowledge. But that type of emotional intelligence, emotional growth, usually stops at around that age. However, because we grow into adults and we have to learn to maneuver in this world, we know how to cover it up. And we're not even aware, how would you even define how mature you are emotionally? Based on what? One way to say is how I deal with confrontation. When I don't get what I want, what do you do? So yes, it's true, some people are very refined, and even when they don't get what they want, they don't just go into a tantrum and feel they expect everything and they're entitled and so on. But many do. So that's definitely one factor. It's not so easy to to give a report card on your own emotional health. Obviously, it's most exposed in love, in relationships. When things don't go well in the relationship, what do you do to repair it? You always blame somebody else. You know how to work on yourself. Do you even have a concept of working on yourself? I deal with this question very often. I ask people, do you think you can work on your situation? Sometimes that's what you have to go through. Some maturity takes experience, and there's no way about it. You can't teach it to someone.